It's 2 in the books here on day 1 of the 3C2A 2018 Basketball Championships in Fresno City. A decisive win over LA Trade Tech. We are joined by Brian Tesler, head coach for Fresno. And coach, a terrific win, great halftime adjustments, and, well, it helps when you're making threes.
Well, it helped to make threes, and it helped to rebound a little bit better in the second half. We gave up 15 offensive rebounds and in the first half, and I don't think you're going to win many games that way. And we knew they were quick. We played a matchup zone in the first half, and then in the second half, we showed matchup zone, but we were really in man, so we wouldn't lose track of them. And then I thought we rebounded better, and I thought we got to the rim better, which I thought was a key. We shot more free throws. I don't know how many we shot in the second half, but it looked like it was a bundle.
You did a great job of getting into the paint. We talked about that. If you looked at your shot chart, just eyeballing it, it would all be within the key. I mean, you hit those couple of threes to kind of open things up a little bit or get going. I know she needed to get some confidence because she missed. She was 1 for 4, 1 for 5 in the first half, and she came out and she knocked those, what, 3 in a row, I think? Two in a row?
She hit 2 in a row.
2 in a row?
There was 3.
Right. So game plan, coach, or that's what you do? You get to the rim?
We get to the rim. We run a 4-out. People know it as a dribble drive, but we don't call it that. And our main focus every game is to try and get to the rim. And we did not do it as well in the first half, and we asked them, you got to squeeze the defender and get there, and if they block it, they block it. But you saw we got a lot of fouls. We got to the rim and made some and ones, and it freed Bria up early on. And then we didn't put Bria in the fourth quarter because I thought defensively we were playing well, and I thought we were getting to the rim pretty easily. So I didn't think there was any reason to put her back in.
Yeah, that second unit with Parker and Jones did a fantastic job of really setting the tone and dictating pace. You know, the LA Trade Tech wants to get up and down, but the better guards in the fourth quarter was that second unit on your side in Parker and Jones.
And, you know, they've done it all year. They've been freshmen. And you're one of the few that's actually recognized that. I don't think people really adjust well with those two in there. They're really quick. They can play defense. And we've had them in there all year long, and they've finished out a lot of games that were close games for us. So, in essence, they're really starters that just come off the bench.
So important to get freshmen reps like that in big moments, and this is the biggest stage of the year for the 3C2A. And, Coach, I want to shift the focus. We were talking a bit about this could be your last year here, this state tournament. Anthony Galavis for the B up north was I had a chance to see his article earlier in the week, and he talked about how after your Fresno tournament, you spent some time with your wife. You talked about a little bit off camera, and you said this was done. What prompted the end?
You know, I'd been thinking about it for a few years, and no one thought I was ever going to do it. And just out of the blue, as I said, it was at our own tournament. The tournament was over. I went home, and I just looked at my wife. I said, I think I'm going to retire. And I never have looked back. It's like 3 weeks later, I was planning for it. I was meeting with the people that you meet with in order to get pensions ready. And I just haven't had a second thought. I've enjoyed coaching, and I've enjoyed coaching this team, but I just think it's time for me to move on to another segment of my life. I always said I didn't want to be that coach that's 75 years old that didn't enjoy some form of retirement. And for me, this is a good time to get out.
What about your assistant coaches? I mean, you've had the continuity, you've had consistency. I mean, they've been with you for years, some 20 years, 13, 11 years. Is someone going to take over?
That's probably been our biggest legacy, is the fact that we've kept our assistants around so long. Chris has been 20, Jeff is 17, Brenda and Glenn 11 since I got to Fresno City. And we got a young pup there, Chris Mitchell, who we're kind of bringing along. But the answer to your question is no. Chris and Jeff are going to retire with me. Brenda will probably stay because she's an icon at Fresno City College, and she'll stay on as an assistant. Glenn's not sure what he wants to do yet, and we're trying to find a high school job for Chris Mitchell. So they're going to get a whole new staff, and I think that's the best thing for the new person coming in.
Right.
Build your own program. I'm going to step away. I'm going to help that individual with the fundraising to get him or her started, and then it's their program.
That's nice. It's nice when someone's ready to kind of step away from it. I know that you have work to do here. You're not done yet. But what are you going to do next?
Well, what I'm going to do after I retire is I'm going to just take some time off, play a little golf. I'm actually going to go work at a charter school, one-on-one with kids from 8 to 2, so it's a semi-retirement, and then just enjoy life. Actually, my immediate plans are to go home and watch tape of Merced since we're going to play them tomorrow.
I totally get that.
This will be our 5th time playing them, so I didn't think I'd have. I thought the last time we played them was going to be the last one, and here we are for a 5th time, and it's a pretty big stage for us to play each other on.
It sure is. It sure is.
Well, Coach, 525 and 164 for the career. Make that 526 after an 88-81 win over LA Trey Tech. Congratulations on a heck of a career, and this is your 11th appearance now in the state championship?
It's our 10th.
Your 10th.
It's our 10th.
Well, what a way it would be to go out with a punctuation mark in the state championship, and good luck to you the rest of the way. And matchup coming up right now, let's talk a little bit about it. Sierra and IBC, probably familiar with Sierra more so than IBC. Who do you got in the matchup?
Well, I like Sierra, and the reason I like Sierra is they beat us twice, and they manhandled us one of the times. Yeah. They're extremely aggressive. I personally feel they have the most explosive player in the state in Bree Moore. Yeah. There's nothing that she can't do. The second time we played them, she won the game in the 4th quarter. We actually had a lead at halftime, and then she decided to step up and take the game over. I think Irvine Valley has had a nice run. I think they do a nice job. They kind of slow you down to the tempo that they want, but at the end of the day, I just don't know if anyone or if Irvine Valley is going to be able to slow Sierra down.
Okay.
Well, IBC dispatches the defending state champs Mount Sac at Mount Sac in the regional final. They'll have an opportunity to unseat the 1 seed from the north when we come back here on SoCal College Sports. Stay tuned.
Thank you.
And we welcome you back to Ventura College, quarterfinal number 3 in the 3C2A basketball championships. It's an all-north top of the bracket as Merced and Fresno City College advance to the semifinals on Saturday. This quarterfinal number 3 will determine another semifinal participant. It's number 4 in the south, Irvine Valley College, taking on the top seed in the north, Sierra College. A drive and a missed layup. Bree Moore on the attack, puts a shot up and scores. Moore comes in averaging 24.4 a game for Sierra. So she is going to be offensive options number 1, 2, and 3. Jeff Stoynoff along with Marcia Foster back with you here from Ventura as we get underway.
Absolutely. First team All-State, Bree Moore. She's, like you said, she's tough in every category.
She does it all. Backdoor cut. The layup no good. Dannon had a good shot but couldn't get it to go. Peyton in the open floor on the drive off the glass. Too strong. The ball's on the floor. Dug out by Smith. Casey Smith, meanwhile, leads the way for Irvine Valley from the center position. 19 points a game, 13.3 rebounds per game. So she'll be the focal point for the Lasers.
Absolutely. First team All-State, Player of the Year in the South, honorable mention All-American.
Smith puts it on the floor and goes down hard and gets the charging call.
The one thing that IVC cannot have is Casey Smith in foul trouble.
And that's number 1 right there as AC Willis beats her to the spot. Dannon and Garcia in the starting lineup for Irvine Valley, along with Lexi Vale, Kiara Warren, and Casey Smith. So no changes for Julie Hanks and the Irvine Valley College Lasers as they go with their standard starting 5. We'll give you the starting 5 for Sierra momentarily. We're just underway. Avila picks it up looking for more. That ball knocked free and stolen. Here come the Lasers. Vale, hard drive all the way to the glass, lays it up and in. So Lexi Vale coast to coast. They try to come back quickly. Does Sierra College, and the turnover as Avila can't catch up to the pass from Bree Moore.
IVC is a team that likes a lot of pace. They're going to look to push it early and often.
It's Bree Moore, Taylor Avila, Peyton Garvey, AC Willis on the floor, along with Grace Hester rounding out the starting 5. And again, not a lot of changes there for Coach Murish, Brenda Murish, and Sierra College. Vale has that one poked free. Moore's got the steal. 1-on-1. Moore lays it up and in. Ooh, tough assignment.
Yeah, very tough.
For Kiara Warren trying to get back and stay with Bree Moore, who's got all 4 points for Sierra. 4-2 lead. Dannon sends it across. Garcia will slow things down. This is a little bit different than the first couple of matchups, Marcia, in that I think neither of these teams is going to be in a particular hurry to really push pace. I think these are teams that rely a little bit more in the half court.
I think IVC is a team that can get up and down, and they will take advantage of it if you don't get back.
Yep.
But they are very, very good at executing in the half court.
And obviously, the less chances that you can give Bree Moore in transition, I think the better off you're going to be.
I agree.
This is Moore. Leans over the dribble, checked by Vale, drives it to the rim, lays it up and in. Bree Moore so far able to get to the front of the rim at will. She's got 6. That one swatted away by Hester. Dannon trying to get ahead of Hester, and that's a lot of what Hester is going to bring to the table. She only averages a little over 2 points a game, but the size in the middle, and she's going to patrol the paint.
That was a great shot block.
Vale looking to bring it in, and does. And Willis picks up the foul as Dannon goes down again. 7:14 to go. We're just underway in the opening quarter.
One of the things Coach Tesler said in his interview about Sierra was that it's the most physical team that he's played against.
Well, Cindy Dannon's finding that out. Jump stop, first shot from Smith is short. The rebound's on the floor, out of play. And it will go back over to Sierra. We talked about the presence of Hester. Excuse me, that was Leah Richardson. Richardson quickly off the bench on the block, but Richardson matched up with Smith. And you wonder, that's probably no accident. Richardson very tall, and they know they're going to have to work hard to stop Smith. Moore for 3, missed everything.
They're saying that the ball was tipped. because she looked amazed that her shot didn't make it to the rim.
I don't do that. Avila gets it into Moore. In a crowd, forces one up, blocked.
Yeah,
Vale wants to run.
Off to the races.
Dannon looking for numbers now. She'll back it out. Finds Smith in the high post. Back outside. Vale with a baseline drive. The leaner in and out. Warren on the offensive glass has that one partially blocked on the way up.
That's what Kiara Warren does. All the little things out on the floor. She rebounds. She does the dirty work.
That one off the back iron. Smith with the long rebound. It's a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Smith leading the break off to Vale. Missed the layup. Smith getting on the offensive glass. This should be a jump ball. And it is. And it's going to belong to Sierra on the possession arrow. Chanel Jamison, meanwhile, has checked into the game. Interesting about Sierra as a team. Bree Moore, of course, far and away the leading scorer. The next two highest scorers on the team, A.C. Willis and in particular Chanel Jamison, typically come off the bench.
Wow, that is unique that it's not your starters that are out there.
Jamison over 14 points a game. She only has one start on the season. Great feed to Avila, who lays it in.
You know, sometimes you figure out kids are better when they come off the bench once they've watched the pace, they've seen it go up and down a few times, and they get in there.
Dannon, checked by Willis.
And it takes a kid buying into that role.
Dannon, long three off the back iron. Jamison with the rebound. Well, the first thought I had when I saw that type of thing is that, you know, maybe they want to give Moore the maximum amount of opportunities and have her lead the way in scoring since she's so difficult to cover seemingly no matter who's on the floor. So you let Moore kind of lead the first team offensively. Maybe you come in with someone like Jamison. Yeah, listen, I don't have the coaching pedigree of Mike Cepeda here, but I'm trying a little bit. I wasn't born to coach, but I wonder at some point you want a little bit of balance. And Bree Moore is the type of player, it would seem, that you don't need to surround with a lot of scoring potential. She can get it done pretty much by herself.
Right. No, that's definitely one way to look at it. I think some kids, though, are better coming off the bench. You know, you start them and they don't start off like you want them to.
Yep, absolutely. 8-2 with 5:27 to go here in the first quarter with a timeout on the floor. And the Lasers trying to figure something out. It's a slow start. Of course, they come here pulling the upset, defeating two-time defending champion Mount San Antonio College at Mount Sac. An impressive win. And for Julie Hayes, got to get right back to the drawing board here because it doesn't get any easier. Here's your reward for beating the top team in the South. the top team in the North.
You get the top team in the North.
So they'll have to figure it out quickly. They trail it by 6. And Sierra has the ball. This is Bree Moore. Moore on the drive. Goes glass and lays it in again. Moore has 8 of the 10 points for Sierra. They lead at 10-2. Garcia, a baseline drive. Scoop up and a foul. Well, Garcia there went right after Bree Moore. And maybe there's something to that. Make Moore work a little bit on the defensive end as well.
Yeah, she's a tough kid. She takes the bus from Santa Ana all the way to Irvine, class at 8, doesn't get home until 9, and gets up and does it again and doesn't miss class. First team all-conference.
Averages 10.7 a game, hits the free throw. That's a big bucket for the Lasers, gets them off the schneid somewhat. They're back within 5 midway through the first quarter. Bree Moore walks it into the front court, finds Avila. Jamison, long 3, swish. Chanel Jamison knocks it down from long range. That answers Garcia. It's back to an 8-point lead. Dannon angles into the front court. Moore goes for the steal but missed. Terrific play by Richardson reading the pass. Moore out in front but can't quite track it down. Boy, points 9 and 10 right in front of Bree Moore right there, but she couldn't quite catch up to the pass.
And she wanted a better pass on that. Like, give it to me where I can put it up.
Yep. So that's a break for the Lasers, who still trail it by 8. They get it back. Smith's been quiet early. The leading scorer for the Lasers. Garcia with the crossover in a crowd. Kicks it back out to Vale. Dannon. Vale wide open for 3. Bang.
And she can hit that. You know, she doesn't take many. I think 50 of her 500 shots were threes, but she shot a high percentage in conference. You don't want to leave her that open.
Yeah, she shoots 30% from three-point range, and you better believe that percentage goes up when she's wide open. Moore, rimming no. Rebound on the floor, tapped out. Smith's got it. They've got a 2-on-1. Vale goes to the left hand, can't get it to go, and that one's knocked out of play. So it will belong to Sierra, leading this one 13-8 with 3:59 to go in the first quarter.
I felt my ears ringing. You guys talking about me over here?
We were talking about that coaching pedigree.
Yeah, just the subject of the day. Your burgeoning coaching career.
I don't know. Have you ever heard that from the broadcasting booth to the coaching ranks? I don't think I've ever heard of that out there.
Well, you've always been a bit of a trailblazer, you know. Let's go a slightly different way.
I hated Trailblazers growing up. Big Laker guy.
Jamison
Nice
flicks a pass down low. Willis lays it in. 15-8, 7-point lead for Sierra. The Wolverines in control. A steal by Jamison. Jamison in from the left. Dannon tries to take the charge and does. Nice job by Dannon, but she paid a price.
She sure
that was
did.
a big-time collision.
Yeah. Jamison, I think, hesitated going into the Euro step and it cost her.
I thought she was going to pull up for a little short jumper there.
Yep.
That would have been the fundamental way to go about it. The jump stop,
That's
a
really
lost
good
art in
defense.
basketball nowadays.
Couple of changes for Irvine Valley. Mary DeShoyan checking into the game, along with Jessica Kirarte. This is Kirarte, and they're well off of her. Schmidt, a drive on Willis, tries to hook a pass down low, gets it back, fires from 10 feet off the back iron. Rebound pulled down. That was Lauren Richardson.
Notice a lot of one-and-dones here for Irvine.
Oh, wow.
Quick pass down low, but the ball blocked by Schmidt. Dug out by Payton. Gets it back out to Willis. Willis on the crossover to the glass. Left-handed layup is good.
She's talking about Willis. That's impressive right there. Crossover for a big, and she goes in and puts it up and in.
The finish or making a different strokes reference? Kirarte.
Also another favorite growing up.
Garcia holding on more. They work it around. Kirarte on the left wing. Lasers patient, but the shot clock's down to 7. Moore has the near steal. Kirarte keeps it alive. Schmidt fires, and the shot from 18 feet is short. Garcia on the offensive glass.
It grazed the rim just enough for the shot clock to reset.
DeShoyan shot. Barely drew iron, but Garcia in the right spot.
It drew enough.
Well, we saw Trinity Washington at all of 5-2 dominate on the boards in game number 1 today with 12 rebounds. Garcia getting into the act. Meanwhile, Payton misses everything.
Trinity Washington, 5'2", plays like she's 6'5".
Yeah,
Big time.
time double-double for a 5'2" kid. I'm still amazed by that. You know, Irvine only had 2 wins in conference last year. They did some leadership stuff and helped the coaches, helped the players.
Meanwhile, Espiritu has also checked into the game. So Julia Hanks going deep into her bench here in the first quarter. Kirarte. Garcia on the drive. Moore able to get a hand in there, but picks up the foul.
Always been a big fan of the brand of basketball that they play in Julie Hanks' program. Just very impressive. And, you know, honestly, the entire basketball program at Irvine Valley, Jerry Hernandez on the men's side, they've always been very nice to us, and a privilege working with them. Julie, a couple years ago, I believe they played Cerritos, and we had an opportunity to cover that game. I think that was a game that they won.
Okay.
And, Grace Hester replacing Leah Richardson in the lineup. Excuse me.
Great. She's a really, really good coach, and the kids are solid.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, she talked about the sophomore buy-in. It was important for them not to repeat, you know, the year they had last year, and it doesn't hurt to have a player of the year in the South who redshirted last year come back.
Avila looking down low for Hester. Hester kicks it back outside. Rodriguez circles into the lane. The leaner is good.
Seems like they have a lot of kids that can put the ball in the basket.
It's
right?
Tyler Marinan, excuse me. So Marinan scores in the lane. It's 19-11. Schmidt working down low on the baseline. Turnaround shot is good. Schmidt's first 2.
Maybe she heard
Moore
us.
on the drive. Scoop won't go. Hester has the foul.
Man, it's an embarrassment of riches here for Sierra in terms of players that can put it in the cup.
21-13. Sorry about that, Marcia.
No, just players that can do a lot of things, you know.
Espiritu. Work it around to Shoin. Off to Garcia. Garcia, hard drive and the charge. For Garcia, that'll be her first foul. The Wolverines have it back, leading by 8, 42.5 to go in the first.
Yeah, Marinan just steps in there, and that's just being a beat ahead of the offense.
Yeah, 3.9 points per game, but not from the look of that play. Very aggressive right into the lane and a tough shot. 21-13.
And she takes a charge.
Moore off to Marinan. Gets a screen. Avila catch and shoot for 3, too strong. Smith with the good box out.
That was a really
Lasers
nice
can play
set.
for the final shot if they want it. Dannon nearly lost the handle. Moore continues to harass her. And that's Moore picking up the foul. I thought she had a foul earlier. It ended up going on Richardson instead. So that's a break because that's just the first foul on Bree Moore.
Coach, I think something that we've made a mention of throughout the day is composure and jitters being a factor. One thing I noticed for Sierra, jitters, not a factor. They know exactly what they're doing. They're executing with a purpose offensively, and they know what they're doing. They're coming off of screens, they're coming out of their sets, and they're getting up good shots, and right now they got a 7-point lead as a result.
I agree. They look like a well-oiled machine.
In postseason form.
Yes.
29-1 on the season. Meanwhile, it's a 6-point lead. Payton in from the right, missed the layup. Smith controlling the boards, but has that one stolen. Daisy Wilson trying to swing it back cross court, and the turnover gives it back to Irvine Valley. Well, for Irvine Valley, they've had a multitude of problems here in the first quarter, but with 8 seconds left, they're still only down 6. Dannon with time running down. Smith in the lane, spins left, shot no good. After one, the Wolverines of Sierra College lead at 21-15. It's the 3C2A Basketball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Start of the second quarter from Ventura. Irvine Valley with the ball trailing by 6. Dannon at the controls. Off to Espiritu. Checked by Avila. The pass stolen by Moore. Moore in on Warren. Lays it up. Missed it. No call. Willis on the offensive glass. Back to Moore. In a crowd. Follow won't go. Moore tried one more time. This time she was fouled. Well, tremendous tenacity. And in a crowd, it was actually Daisy Wilson who ended up with chance number 3. And she'll head to the line. And she was in there with Willis and Moore trying to keep that ball alive.
It was still super physical, you know.
Well, you know, it looks to me like you watch the combination of the tenacity with which the Sierra College Wolverines play and then the speed of someone like Bree Moore. I think there's got to be a little bit of a shock value where you have to sort of get used to that speed and pace and physicality, and I think that's what the Lasers might still be adjusting to a little bit.
Agreed, and since, you know, I was in the conference that IVC won, or co-champs with Cypress, they were the team that had the speed.
Smith with 4, and she converts down low. The ball tipped around. Willis with the follow. That's no good. Kept alive by Wilson. No good. And finally, Smith clears the board. Ahead to Espiritu. Dannon between the circles. 5-point game. Warren faces up on Willis. Dannon step back 3. No good. Rebound tapped around and ends up in the hands of Moore. After the Wilson board, Moore goes down hard. No. What's the call there? Because that's going back to Irvine Valley. I didn't see a travel. Is
She
that
called
are they
an
calling
offensive foul.
Well, she really didn't run into anybody. It looked like she was calling it charge as we take a look at
Yeah,
the end of the replay there, but I didn't really see the collision. Right. Yeah, no. Matt Henson, of course,
Right.
technical director, talking about that she tripped, and
But-
I think that was, we could see that, but the call, I'm not sure what the call, I would think that would be a travel, but I
Right.
didn't see a travel sign. Either way, 22-17, Smith with good position down low, turnaround shot off the glass is good. Casey Smith starting to heat up. She's got 6.
Yeah, Casey Smith can score from all over the floor.
Willis can't come down with that one. And I got to tell you, Marcia, keep an eye on Bree Moore right now because I think she's really frustrated at this point. A couple of calls haven't gone her way. There, I think she tries a pass that's, shall we say, a high degree of difficulty.
Right.
And that's another turnover. And she appears to be one of those players that leads a lot with emotion, at least from what we can see here.
And talk about, there's a place for emotion in the game. We need it in the game. You need to be passionate, but it can't get the best of you, and it can't cost your team. We saw that in the last game.
Smith hits from 15. 8 points for Casey Smith. And the Lasers creep back within 1. This is the danger of a team like this, so well coached and so disciplined. If they get the measure of you, they can start really taking it to you. Moore in from the left, lays it in. I'm not sure there's a stop for that right now for the Lasers. 10 for Bree Moore. Lexi Vale, high post to Casey Smith. Working on Willis, the double team from Moore, and she's got the steal. And Smith picks up the foul in the backcourt. And I'll tell you, that looked like a very heady play by Bree Moore right there. She gets Smith right on her shoulder. Instead of letting her off the hook, she slows up a little, gets that contact.
She knew she was there.
Yes, second foul on Smith, and that is significant. Step back 3 for Jamison, swish. 27-21.
Step back 3.
Jamison's got some kind of stroke from long range.
Sure
She's hit a couple of
does.
threes. 6-point lead for the Wolverines, just like that. Vale circles around a screen. The floater no good. Moore taps the rebound to herself. Airs it out looking for Jamison. And the turnover will give it right back to Irvine Valley. And Moore doing the best quarterback imitation there. Went right to the bomb off the rebound, but Jamison unable to track that one down, so the Lasers get it back. 7:05 and counting remaining in the first half. Top seed in the North, Sierra College backdoor cut to Smith. Reverse layup, no good. Avila tips the rebound to Moore. Moore into the front court. Fans it out. Avila will try for 3. Back iron. Rebound tapped around. Lexi Vale's got it. It's a 4-on-2 if they hurry. Garcia in from the left on Willis. Goes high off the glass.
Nice bucket. This is a tough kid.
Garcia with 8. She and Smith lead the way for the Irvine Valley College Lasers all year, essentially, and tonight.
She just plays fearlessly.
Quick pass down low. Willis just lost the handle. Smith's got the steal. Vale over the timeline. On the drive. And another offensive foul. It looked to me like Vale was about to travel.
I thought it was a travel call.
Instead, it's a charge and the first foul on Lexi Vale. A couple of changes. Marinon checking back into the game for Sierra, along with Daisy Wilson. 27-23. Sierra College with the lead. The winner advances to the semifinals. Game 2 Saturday. That'll be at 3 o'clock. Jamison Working around to screen. In on Smith. Oh, it's a travel. That's big. Smith went for the block there, and that's one of those ones that easily could have been foul number 3. But a shuffle of the feet before then. It's a precarious position right now for Irvine Valley College with Smith out there with 2 fouls. Vale. Checked by Garvey. Garcia will try from 3. That's short. Rebound on the floor. Garvey with it for the Wolverines. Wilson, jump stop, drives the lane. The runner is no good. Warren rips down the rebound, but has her pocket pick. Richardson got a hand in there. It's a jump ball.
Good hustle.
Lauren Richardson. So the possession arrow favors Sierra. 5:25 to go.
Yeah, it's
No, I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
Now it's like Irvine Valley got, they calmed down. They weathered the storm of Sierra early, and now they're playing their kind of basketball. They play tough half-court defense and like to get out and run a little bit.
Moore at the top of the key working on Garcia. A little stutter step. Garcia still with her. Moore forces one up. No good. Gets her own rebound, and another jump ball coming. What a job by Garcia.
Coach, how about that on-ball defense? Those were some pretty nifty moves there from Moore, and Garcia holds her ground, forces a tough shot, and then gets a jump ball.
Garcia is tough. She is tough.
That's a big-time play. Lexi Vale over the timeline. Dannon circling left. Back for Warren. Warren holding at the top of the key. Off to Garcia. Shot clock at 12. Vale dancing on the dribble. Hard drive, left-handed scoop, no good. Rebound tapped around. Vale's got it back. New shot clock for the Lasers if they want it. Vale off to Smith. Step back 3. High off the glass, no good. Wilson with the rebound, and I think Smith was a little keyed up on that one.
I do too. I don't think that's her best shot. I think when she shoots the 3, when she's been wide open, it's good.
Yep. She shoots 28% from out there.
Right.
But didn't quite have her feet under her there, I think.
She forced that one instead of letting it come to her.
Garvey on the drive, lost the handle. Dannon with the steal. Gets it ahead to Warren. Warren with Wilson. Shot up, no good, but a foul called. Wilson going to pick up the foul. That'll be her first. Warren, a good job running the floor.
So that's the thing about Irvine Valley. They're not going to stop running. The run is going to stop. It's going to stay that way all game.
First free throw is up and good. To get back to something you said, it just feels like the ethos of the team is take what the defense gives you. So it's if we feel like we've got the numbers, then we're going to run. If there are no numbers, then we'll set up and do
absolutely,
and run something that's going to work. But we're not going to shy away from anything that'll work. 27-24 as Warren hits 1 out of 2 from the line. Moore angles into the front court, followed closely by Garcia. Wants a high screen from Willis. Behind the back, the drive to the baseline, shot missed. Richardson on the follow. Leah Richardson cleans it up.
Nice job on the boards.
29-24.
Man, Sierra's tough.
5-point lead. Lasers hanging around. Warren off to Vale.
Give it to her.
Dannon going to try for 3. High archer is good.
Wow.
Dannon. That one came through the rafters.
Coach, is that one of those ones where you say, no? Okay, we'll take it.
Right.
Garvey going to try to answer. No good. Rebound pulled down by Warren. Lasers within 2, and they've got the ball. Dannon. Off to Schmidt in the weave. Step back from 16 feet. That's good. Well, that was.
And Schmidt with a little bit of talk and some trash here.
She's got
more.
She's got 10 again. Sorry, Michael.
I don't know if you want to wake that giant.
No.
Out there with 2 fouls is Casey Schmidt in a tie ball game.
Coach, how's the saying go? Don't say nothing, won't be nothing.
That's right.
Garvey hooks a pass down low to Richardson. Kicks it back out to Willis. Willis drives the lane. The runner is no good. Warren pulls down the rebound. The Lasers can take the lead.
think it's don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think it works either way.
Garcia finds Smith. She'll try for three. Off the glass and in.
It was a better three. Bank open, and Irvine Valley's opened up a 3-point lead.
13-point lead. Or I should say 13 points for Smith and a 3-point lead as we wind down toward 2 minutes to go in the first half. Moore going to try to answer. Hard drive, the layup up and good. Bree Moore able to get to the rim
Coach,
seemingly whenever she wants.
Sorry, Jeffrey. Starting to get chippy out there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. These are two competitive teams.
Garcia off to Vale. Vale open for three. Bang! Lexi Vale.
Any relation to Vicky?
35-31. 4-point lead. Willis on the drive, tries to split a double team, missed the scoop. Warren with another rebound. Kiara Warren doing great work on the boards here in the second quarter. Vale will jog it into the front court. The Lasers looking to extend on a 4-point lead. Dannon might have gotten away with a little push-off. Tries to go to the scoop, lost the handle out of bounds. And
turned it over.
it's good defense by Taylor Avila. And Dannon there maybe trying to do a little too much, turns it over.
Absolutely.
Agreed. Get it to your score.
Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside very briefly. Another entertaining game in a day full of them. 35-31. Irvine Valley leads it by 4 on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Winding down in the first half, quarterfinal number 3 in the 3C2A basketball championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Lasers with a 4-point lead over the top seed in the north. Sierra College Moore with a step back 3. That's good. Bree Moore.
And
high degree of difficulty. She's got 15.
Little chirping Schmitz here.
Smith passes out of a double team. Dannon going to set things up under a minute to go. Shot clock at 17 as Vale angles left, followed by Moore. Garcia around a Warren screen. Picks it up. Dannon, long 3, the high arcer around and out. Moore's got the rebound. She wants to run. A 2-on-2 if they hurry. Moore, a little stutter step. What a move. Lays it up and in.
And really nothing IVC can do there. Schmidt working with the 2 fouls, very alert. She doesn't even bother to challenge. She'll give up the 2 instead of hurting her team by picking up her 3rd.
A quick 5-0 run out of the timeout. Sierra back in front by 1, down to 9 seconds. Vale goes down low, turnaround shot for Schmidt is good. 2 seconds left. Moore from 3/4 court. Wouldn't have counted if it had gone. We head to the locker room. Irvine Valley 37-36 over Sierra College here in the 3C2A basketball championships on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Second half set to get underway. From Ventura College, 37-36. The 4 seed in the South, Irvine Valley College, with the 1-point lead over the 1 seed from the North, Sierra College. As we get started with Bree Moore bringing it into the front court. Jeff Stoynoff, Marcia Foster, Mike Cepeda with you on the call from Ventura as Avila quickly drains a triple from the corner to give Sierra the 2-point lead. Now Avila has the steal, but it's swatted away by Vale, who picks up the foul. So Vale commits her second foul, and Avila going to work here in the opening seconds of the second half. Avila had 5 points in the first half, and she's got a chance to equal that total here in the first 18 seconds of the second half.
Coach, I want to take this opportunity here to talk about a little bit about Peyton Garvey. You had an opportunity to let us in on something that was that happened that was very special with her.
Yeah, she signed up for the Be The Match to donate bone marrow this past summer and was a match for a man who was battling leukemia. During the summer, she took 2 to 3 weeks off to go through all the steps and underwent an extensive process to donate. I mean, that's just an amazing thing for a young person to do.
Speaks a lot to her character, and you know, obviously that type of character is something that usually bleeds into the rest of the character as a team. And Sierra, obviously a contender here in 2018, and thank you, Coach, for sharing that with us.
Absolutely. I just think that's so selfless.
Moore with the kick ball, and Irvine Valley will bring it in, foul line extended left. They find themselves down 3 after Avila comes up with the first 4 points of the second half. Dannon, high post to Warren. Moore digs it out. Garcia giving chase, but she'll never catch her, but Moore missed the layup. Avila had her hands on the rebound, but it's off to Dannon. Moore with another steal. Gets the layup up this time, she converts. So Bree Moore with a couple of steals and finally gets the deuce. It's a quick 6-0 run for the Wolverines, who now lead it by 5. Moore going for another steal, and she nearly had it.
You've said the name Moore a lot over the last 20 seconds. Jeez.
Such quick hands. And she takes a lot of chances, though. She did that twice in the first half and ended up with a foul. She takes some calculated risks out
She
there.
is playing with 2 fouls right now. Warren to Smith. Dannon finds Vale. Vale for 3. Rimming no.
Great set.
Long rebound. Garcia saves it off of Bree Moore. Another heady play by Garcia. She's been so impressive.
What a screen by Smith to set up Vale for the wide open 3. Doesn't get it to go, but you keep on getting up shots like that, you can be right in this.
Smith with 15 points in the first half to lead the Lasers. Vale curls off another screen. The crossover and a foul on the drive. It looked like Avila got a hand in there to pick up the foul.
Avila, sorry.
So Avila, her first foul. They're going to say this is a non-shooting foul. They'll bring it in baseline right. Vale set to trigger it in. It's going to be a foul off the ball, a push on Willis. AC Willis, her second foul. Dannon between the circles. Warren. They're well off of Kiara Warren. She swings it across to Dannon quickly into Smith, who's surrounded, trying to get it back outside, and another foul. This will be the 3rd team foul here in the early going in the 3rd quarter on Sierra. It looked like Avila again. That's her second foul. So the Lasers having a productive possession here without putting any points on the board.
Correct.
3 fouls.
Coach, what do you maybe try and do to isolate Smith down low on Moore?
Maybe a little down screen and hope they switch.
They curl Smith off a screen. She gives back to Vale. Vale has that one poked away, stolen by Willis. Moore leading the break. No numbers, into a crowd. Layup no good. Back to Vale. Vale with a 2-on-2. Into the lane, Vale on the drive, scoop and score.
Nice job.
That's going into the lane with the intent to finish.
Lexi
no doubt.
Vale with 10 in the game, and it's been a quiet 10 for Lexi Vale. Moore splits a double team. Jamison wide open, short on the 3. Got a hand on the rebound, but Garcia's got it for Irvine Valley. Garcia angles into the front court. Vale for 3, in and out, back in again. Lexi Vale, they'll call that a long 2.
And the tide turns in favor of the Lasers.
They're back within 1. Bree Moore, a standing dribble. Willis, catch and shoot from 15, rimming no. Rebound to Garcia. Leading the break off to Smith. Smith in on Moore. Moore digs it out for the steal. What a play by Bree Moore.
Great hands on that play.
Moore pulls up from 25. Just grazed the iron, and it's out of play. Back to Irvine Valley.
Just too much there. And I'd like to see Smith maybe slow the dribble up and try to back down on Moore.
Right.
Scoreboard has it tied at 42 now.
Yeah, I think they credited that with a 3.
They gave her a 3. So it was. I thought it was a 3-point shot.
It clearly looked like a 3. Yeah, and you see him at the scorer's table making sure that was the case, and indeed it was.
Smith checked by Willis. She'll try for a 3. That's short. Rebound on the floor. Jamison tracks it down for the Wolverines. Jamison leading the break. Pulls up.
Nice pass.
Off to Richardson. Lauren Richardson lays it in.
There's a team with Sierra that has a high basketball IQ and a great feel for the game.
Really, both these teams seem to demonstrate that. Dannon looking for Smith down low. Taps it out to Warren. Vale checked by Moore.
Gosh.
Moore with another steal. In on Dannon. Moore lays it up, no good, but Avila with the follow, that's no good. Tapped around, it's on the floor. Warren trying to dig it out, it'll be a jump ball. Well, Moore's got about 4 steals here in the third quarter.
That's not a player you want to go up against one-on-one. She's going to pick your pocket every time down. There's not a player that has demonstrated the capability to get around her on the dribble. You need to back her down. You need to be a little bit more physical with the game. The game plan is not there, and Smith off the mark on the pass.
Yeah, expecting Vale, I think, to be streaking down the near side. And instead, over her head and out of bounds. So the Wolverines get it back. 5:56 to go in the third. Mary Deshoian will check in for Lexi Vale.
Well, a shout out to the crew tonight. Emily Johnson, Matt Henson, Alyssa Root, Marsha Foster, Jorge Zepeda, Jeff.
Willis down low in a crowd. She's bumped. Deshoian trying to take the charge, but she'll pick up the foul. That'll send Willis to the line.
I went with a Brazilian approach there, Jeff. Just one name, no last name.
Willis averages 10.5 points a game. First free throw is short.
I think Sierra's left a lot out there today.
Yeah.
A lot of layups, a lot of missed shots.
A lot of non-calls on Moore. I feel like she's being refereed, much like we see in the men's game, LeBron James. Am I wrong to say that, Coach?
No, because she's attacking the basket and she is getting bumped. But she's not getting that call. Agreed. Because she's so physically dominating.
Yeah.
Dannon will pull things out and set up. Shot clock at 14. Deshoian. Off to Warren. Shot clock down to 6. Warren finds Dannon. Dannon checked by Moore. Spins right. The leaner is up and in.
Wow.
Shot. That's a good shot.
Dannon doesn't put up many shots, and when they do, they're incredibly high difficulty, but she gets it done. She's got 7 in the game, and a turnover going to give it back.
No,
they'll say this is going to stay with like Sierra off of Irvine Valley.
Vale went up high for it off her fingertips out of bounds. Smith back into the ball again.
Short stint on the bench for Smith, who returns, replacing Deshoian. Rather, that was Esperito.
Travel.
Jamison, long 3, that's good.
Coach, I mean, there are a lot of non-travels a lot of travels not being called today. I mean,
Jamison with the steal.
That's a 5-0 switch right there.
Right.
Threads
Another
a
one.
pass into Willis in a crowd. She's fouled. 48-44. The Wolverines have the 4-point lead, and Willis is heading to the line.
Excuse me, Jeff. Sometimes I think the officials focus in on specific things. Like Sierra's very physical, so they're calling a lot of contact things, right? They're looking at different things, and sometimes they miss the travel.
It's no excuse with a 3-man crew out there. You got a 3-man crew out there. You got 2. You can have the off judge working the travel calls, or at least having some kind of a beat on it. Because if you got a 2-man crew, I get that. You got 3 people out here. There should be no excuse for as many that we've seen that have been missed.
They'll tell you that they're looking at something else. That's not their, it's not their call out on the floor.
Willis hits both
But
free
I agree
throws.
with you. Excuse me, Jeff.
No problem. 7 points for Willis and a 6-point lead for the Wolverines. DeShoyan on the give and go to Vale. Warren from her back finds Smith. Garcia open for 3, no good. Rebound pulled down by Willis in the crowd. Wolverines with a 6-point lead and the ball starting to constrict a little bit on the Lasers. Willis steps in for 3 and scores. 53-44.
Yeah.
Wolverines out to a 9-point lead. This is their largest. Vale in from the left, stops and pops. Air ball out of play, back to Sierra.
Thought that was blocked from the back side. I thought that's why Vale was off. And I think Coach Hanks is talking about she was either hit or that was tapped. And she's frustrated, and she has all the right in the world to be.
That was a great one more down here by Bree Moore. The one extra pass instead of forcing a 3-point shot herself.
Yeah, we got to look at the replay here. Now, is this what you're saying, Mike, that she got gets hit on the arm? And
either gets hit on the arm or it's a tap on the ball. It's an air ball, and Coach Hanks, with good reason, in the ear of the official, they missed one.
Yeah, that came in very late, and that's you look at that shot kind of uncharacteristically off, and you have to wonder with 4:12 to go and Sierra up 9 on SoCalCollegeSports.com. The Wolverines with a 9-point lead and the ball. They trailed it by 1 at the break, but they have dominated this third quarter and stepping out to their largest lead. Avila to Jamison, thought about a 3. Shot clock at 15. Jamison picks it up. Finds Hester. That's through her hands, and Hester's going to pick up the foul, holding Vale in the backcourt. And good sportsmanship by Hester after Vale went down there. She goes over to help her up.
Irvine Valley needed that stop. They need to score here. They cannot let the game get out of reach.
Coach, I got a question for you. Hester, it's an obvious foul with intent. If that's called an intentional foul, would you be okay with it? Or you think there's a case to be made?
I think she was going after the ball. I mean, I know she intended to stop the play, but at least she made a play on the ball. It's the ones where they don't make a play on the ball.
Right.
Dannon in the weave across to Smith. Vale swings it across to Dannon, who starts to drive. Garcia will try for 3. Rims high, no good. Moore on the glass. Will take it herself, fans it out. Jamison, so dangerous from 3. She has 3 threes in the game. Instead finds Avila. She'll try for 3 off the back iron. Rebound on the floor. Jamison flips it up and in.
It's a great box out by both of them.
Jamison doing it all, 55-44. The Wolverines extend on the lead. It's now 11. Dannon.
Offense.
And they're going to say that Avila got it with the body. And that's a call that certainly could have gone the other way, Michael.
Is he called that from behind the play, right?
Yeah. Well, it's a game of inches.
Going back
to one side.
Going back to the intentional foul, like the last thing we need for the women's game, because I already think the game is officiated differently. You know, women the fouls are called quicker. Like, guys can be more physical.
Yeah.
So the last thing we need is, you know, people being physical but making plays on the ball and having those called intentional fouls.
Mary Deshoian checking in.
I asked that question. I was at a high school game where I saw a play very similar like that, and it was a heady play, and they were just trying to stop the action. But she made a play, and it was questionable whether she went for the ball. You could have made a case that she went for the ball, but there was definitely it was an intentional foul, and they called an intentional foul. And you know, the coach whose team it went against lost it, but I thought there was a case to be made that it was an intentional foul.
But you can have an intentional foul without it being an intentional foul, right?
Willis fakes and drives, a blocking call on Deshoian. Willis heading back to the line.
And Deshoian moves to her left just ever so slightly, and that's a good call.
Well, part of Sierra's success here in this third quarter has been getting to the line. Started with Avila, but now it's Willis really asserting herself down low. First free throw rims in.
Game 3 already, huh?
Yeah.
It's been a fun day.
It sure has.
Entertaining basketball.
Hey, Smith needs to get some touches now. They need to get her the ball.
Yeah, she has 1 point in this second half.
Coach, I don't feel like they're making an effort in the flow of the offense to get her the basketball. They have her coming through, flashing in the post, and then they just reverse the ball. Now, they've gotten good shots as a result, but she's got to take over.
Agreed.
Garcia drives the lane. Left-handed scoop is good.
We'll take that, though.
We'll definitely take that.
57-47. 10-point lead for the Wolverines. Moore directing traffic. On the crossover to the glass, missed the layup. Rebound on the floor. Dannon's got it for Irvine Valley. Dannon angles into the front court on the drive, into the lane, all the way to the front of the rim.
Coach, that's a 4-point switch. I count 6 missed layups there from Moore on the night.
Dannon with 10. It's an 8-point game, and Garcia picks up the foul. That draws an immediate reaction from the Irvine Valley bench as Moore is going to head to the line for free throws, both teams in the penalty. So
They've been consistent about hands-on, though.
Yeah.
Moore, 65% from the line, gets the roll. She's got 20.
It's good to be able to point out a positive.
Interestingly for Moore, so physical and so gifted at getting into the lane, this is her first trip to the line tonight. In and out.
I think that speaks to the way she's being officiated this evening. She's been initiating contact, and she has been rewarded.
Garcia leans over the dribble. A drive on Wilson, contact, the shot no good, but a foul called. And again, just so subtle from Garcia, it looked like a little hesitation. Got Wilson off balance, and then gets herself to the line. And we talk about players in the low post and some of our favorite players of all time putting you in the torture chamber. It looks like Garcia is the guy kind of puts you in the torture chamber outside. Little stutter step gets you out of position.
Yeah, Ellie. They call her Ellie. She's a tough kid, and she's having to work hard defensively tonight.
Yeah.
1 out of 2 from the line. Back to an 8-point game.
She's having a Klay Thompson-esque effort.
Willis into the front court. Finds Garvey down low. A little hesitation. Missed the shot in close. Tries to save it. It's on the floor. Jamison battling Deshoian. Will have a jump ball. It's going to belong to Sierra. 1:41 to go in the third. The Wolverines trailed it by 1 at the break. They lead it by 8. But you get the feeling there's another run coming here for somebody.
Yeah, Smith's been very quiet.
Right.
I'd like to see them either enter her with somebody on her back down low or find her in the mid-post, let her go to work.
Well, Willis has been a lot more active offensively as well here in this third quarter, as we talked about, and making Smith work on the defensive end as well. Jamison open for 3 and knocks it down. I don't know how you can leave her that open. It's just a terrific design play, but
it's Bree
she's
Moore
got
going to the
4
hole.
threes. Garvey missed the shot in close. Smith pulls down the rebound. 11-point lead. Garcia spins away, manages to hold onto the ball. Dannon with the leaner goes glass.
I take it back. Dannon has displayed the ability to dribble past Bree Moore.
Jamison running the floor, gets the lay-in. Jamison now up to 16 in the game. Under a minute to go in the third. Garcia working against pressure. Nearly lost the handle. Jamison to the floor, and she's got the steal. Moore's one-on-one with Warren. Angles left, back right, scoop, no good. But Willis getting on the offensive glass, won't go again. Smith pulls down the rebound.
Find a guard.
Smith hooks a pass to Deshoian, lays it in.
Nice pass.
That's pretty impressive for a big in transition.
Smith averages nearly 4 assists a game. Jamison starts a drive, missed the layup, rebound back tap to Smith. Down to 14 seconds. Irvine Valley can play for the final shot, but Jamison picks up the foul in the backcourt, and you wonder if that wasn't a measure of frustration after she had a very good look in close.
It's a lack of composure right there. It not only picks up her third foul, but 2 shots. I mean, these are 2 free throws that can cut it to 7 as we head into the fourth.
Yeah, in a game that you led by as many as 12 here in the third quarter if you're Sierra College, and instead letting the Lasers, a very game and tough team, start to crawl back into it here leading into the fourth quarter.
That's throwing alcohol into the wound.
And it's not like Sierra hasn't had opportunities. I mean, they've had layups.
I mean, they've missed a ton of layups, and they're up 8. Make it 7.
Big third quarter for Dannon, meanwhile. 9 points in the quarter. Marinan on the drive. The runner with the left hand is good. 3 seconds. Dannon from three-quarter court. She won't even take a shot. We head to the fourth. Sierra College, the top seed in the north, leading at 65-56. It's the 3C2A basketball championships here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Start of the fourth quarter from Ventura College. The women's quarterfinals here in the 3C2A basketball championships. Sierra with a 9-point lead over Irvine Valley. Moore goes for the steal but picks up the foul. For Moore, that's going to be her third. She fouls Garcia.
Smith has got to get going in this fourth quarter. They need her offensive production.
You know, it looks to me like Smith trying to establish down low, and Sierra wants to take that away, and I'm a little surprised we don't see Smith maybe flash to the high post. She's got that range to 15 or 16 feet. Garcia on the drive, in from the left, swatted away. Richardson with the block. Leah Richardson denies Garcia. Moore, hard drive in from the right, missed the layup. The rebound back tapped, and it's going to be corralled by Sierra Taylor Avila. We'll bring it back over the line and leave it for Moore. Moore, double screen high, off to Richardson. They fan it out to Avila. Avila spins back right. Richardson, shot clock at 9, off to Marinan. Back to the left, the leaner from Marinan won't go. Rebound to Smith. She's got 11 in the game to go along with 15 points. Smith was scoreless in that third quarter. And to your point, it's hard to imagine they're going to be able to make a run without getting something from her. Meanwhile, Avila with a great reach in and gets the jump ball. and that's going to give it back to Sierra.
And I know it's frustrating because every time she puts it on the floor, they do come from behind to try to get their hands on the ball.
Well, I think the adjustment here is they're just going to try and make anybody but Smith beat them here in the second half, and so far it's been very effective. And Smith has had a hard time garnering any touches. Moore ahead to Avila. Avila in from the left. Jamison snaps it down low to Richardson, who lays it in.
That was a great press break.
Jamison with the feed. 11-point lead. Garcia around the screen. Back to Smith. Puts it on the floor. Shot clock at 17. Baseline drive. Smith open for three. That's good. Casey Smith. First three of the second half.
It's like Jordan rules. Anytime she goes to the basket, there's two coming at her.
Jamison shovels it down low to Moore. Moore with the finish. She's got 22. I'll tell you, I'm really impressed with Chanel Jamison.
And that was a really unselfish play. Pump
Couple
fake.
of good passes there, and she's already shown you the shot. 69-59. Wolverines with the 10-point lead. Dannon in from the right, pulls up right of the lane. That one partially blocked, knocked out of play. It's going to stay with Irvine Valley. Jessica Kirarte has checked in, and now she'll be replaced by Lexi Vale. So back to the starting five on the floor for Irvine Valley. Vale, catch and shoot for three. No good. Long rebound to Avila. Wolverines back, looking to extend on this 10-point lead. Moore battling with Garcia all day. Little hesitation, now drives on Smith, misses it high off the glass. Tip, no. Rebound tapped around, back tapped. Dannon battling Avila there to the floor, and Sierra still got it as Avila digs it out, and a timeout taken. A 30-second timeout.
Great hustle on the floor. More. She's attacking. I think she is getting hit a little bit, but she's left a lot out there as far as finishing those layups. That was a high degree of difficulty shot that she just tried to make.
You know, it seems to me it's not very hard to figure why this team is so successful. It's a really nice blend. You got a player like Bree Moore that's so explosive, so gifted, and then you watch a player like Taylor Avila or A.C. Willis and the way that they're willing to go to the floor.
Right.
Leah Richardson, these type of players who fill these roles that are so important.
Absolutely.
And that when you get somebody who does that, along with the kind of talent they have, at the top with Jamison and Moore and what they can do, it's really a well-balanced team, and it's a very difficult team to handle, and that's what Irvine Valley is finding out here.
Because like you said, they have everything: shot blockers, three-point shooters, penetrators.
Meanwhile, Wilson open from 12 feet. Richardson with the follow. That might have been blocked. Gets her own rebound and forces it back up. She's fouled Leah Richardson with a couple of offensive rebounds in this set, and now she gets to the line.
A lot of freshmen out there doing work for Sierra.
So Richardson's first free throw is up and good. Richardson a 49% foul shooter, but looked pretty good on that stroke. One more coming. 7:06 to go, and that one's up and good. Richardson with 6. And a couple of big shot blocks as well. Garcia working against the press. That one poked away. It's on the floor. Smith down to get it. Another jump ball. This one going to belong to Irvine Valley. Lexi Vale put that one on the floor and had it tipped away. And the Lasers catch a little bit of a break that they can hold on to the ball. Kiara Warren checking out as Mary Deshoian returns. Vale still looking. Outside, Deshoian steps in from 18 feet, missed it. Rebound out of play, back to the Wolverines.
Smith has got to touch the ball, right?
Avila gets it over to Jamison. And, I think the surest way that Irvine Valley could make that happen is if they can knock down a couple of shots and put a little bit of pressure on Sierra to make an adjustment. But right now, I think if you're Sierra, you're willing to take your chances with some of the other players knocking down shots because they haven't been able to do it. Ball knocked out of play. The Wolverines will keep it. They'll have a new shot clock as they bring it in, 6:29 to go. Wilson leans over the dribble. Now hoists for three and hits. Bree Moore. And it's a 15-point lead. That is the largest for Sierra College. It's been a very impressive second half. Vale off to Deshowian. Blazers will kick it back outside. Garcia drives the lane. Nobody there. Lays it up and in.
They needed that bucket.
Garcia up to 13 in the game and a timeout taken. Full timeout taken by Irvine Valley. Sierra, the number 1 seed in the North, looking to hold court here. They lead at 74-61 here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Wolverines will work at the length of the court, leading by 13. Jamison across to Avila. They get it in the hands of Moore, and Garcia with a little push on Willis. For Garcia, that'll be her 3rd foul.
And that looked a little bit like a frustration foul. There wasn't any need for her to push off like that. But she's trying to make something happen.
Goes for the steal. Moore on the drive. Left-handed scoop. No good. Another offensive rebound batted around to Moore, who gets it back outside. Jamison fakes the 3. Kicks it out to Wilson. Gets it back. She'll fire from 24 and hit. 5 threes in the game for Jamison, who's got 19. And Sierra breaking it open here in the 4th quarter. They lead it by 16. Vale has that one blocked by Willis. It'll belong to Irvine Valley. And, we've talked about that they've had difficulty getting the ball to Smith as she makes the catch here. But,
nice block.
As I watch this second half, I think it's a lot about Sierra really showing what kind of team they've been all year long here in the second half. Really stepped up the intensity here in this second half, especially on the defensive end. They give up the layup there, but they still lead it by 14. Jamison stops and pops from 18. That's no good. Rebound to Smith. Smith leading the break. It's a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Out to Vale. Quickly down low to Showian's turnaround is no good, but she's fouled. Hey, listen, you still got time. 4:57 to go.
And that's 4 on Moore, right?
That's 4.
Well, Bree Moore obviously so critical to making this offense go.
I'm going to shout out to Will Cowan, Athletic Director here at Ventura College. Athletic Director of the Year.
Hey, congratulations, Will.
Yeah.
That's well-deserved.
It's big time.
He's a stud. He is big time.
I saw the article today. Good stuff.
As well, George Matagakis, Director of the Championships here at the 3C2A. And Mike Robles.
Mike Robles, right down press row here.
Our neighbor for the weekend.
Did Mike Robles draw the short straw in the car up here?
What would that mean? He has to be on press row?
For the 3C2A?
I don't think it's a bad vantage point.
Certainly not.
This is
He
great
seems
up
to be
here.
having fun up here.
We need to give him his own monitor. How about that?
77-65. Blazers back within 12. Garcia with the near steal, but Avila in the right place again. And she's been all second half. Jamison might have walked. No call. In from the right goes Glass. No good. Rebound dug out by Smith. Quickly ahead. Garcia in from the left, hard drive. The runner is up and in. Lasers back within 10. Jamison working against pressure. Splits a double team. She's over the timeline. Fans it out. Avila steps left, fires from 15 and hits. Avila.
It's a nice shot.
It's a very dicey shot. She should have killed a little clock there, but you'll take it.
79-67. Hard drive from Garcia again, and she's fouled.
Garcia just playing her heart out right now. She is all over the place, all over the floor, going to the line. She's been terrific tonight here for IVC.
Meanwhile, Chanel Jamison picks up her 4th foul. So Jamison and Moore, the top 2 options offensively for Sierra, both with 4 fouls. Moore's on the bench right now. Garcia's first free throw around and out. Here comes Moore.
Garcia is exhausted. She is exhausted.
Well, how much tougher of an assignment can you have than, really being one of the focal points offensively and then guarding Bree Moore on the defensive side of the ball. And pretty amazing that she's still standing. She's 0 for 2 on the free throws. Richardson has that one poked away. It's on the floor. Another jump ball, but this will belong to Sierra College. 4:09 to go. Wolverines trying to hold on here and advance to semifinal number 2 on Saturday. They'll take on the winner of the next game, Mount San Jacinto and College of the Sequoias. Avila gets it back out to Moore. Moore on the drive, flicks it to Richardson. Fade away won't go, but Moore digs out the rebound. She's going to bring it out and try and kill some clock.
It's a really tough offensive rebound.
It's a heady play by Moore. And a whistle off the ball. This will go back to Irvine Valley. That's on Willis, her 3rd foul. Well, the North perhaps on their way to winning the first 3 quarterfinals here today. Mount San Jacinto would represent the last hope for the South. Smith missing from 3. Avila with another rebound. She's immediately fouled. Kirarte with her first foul. Moore easily breaks the press into the lane on the drive, fouled. She goes down hard. She's going to head to the line. Lexi Vale picking up her 3rd foul. Well, we talked about Garcia being fatigued at the end of this one, and Bree Moore has left a lot out there on the court, as you talked about, Marcia, and she's going to need a little recovery time, I think, to get ready for Saturday. That one's short.
Yeah, she's rebounded. She's handled the ball. She's handled the pressure. Bree Moore has.
Leads all scorers with 25 points.
And Garcia has done the same.
The work on the boards has been maybe as critical as any of those points. That one around and out. Smith with another rebound. Vale to Garcia for 3, in and out. Rebound on the floor. Garcia trying to dig it out, but it's Avila again. I'll tell you, Avila's hit the deck probably going on 10 times here in the second half. The effort has been sensational, and that has been a real key for the Wolverines here in the second half as well.
This is such a physical game. I mean, both teams are leaving it all out on the floor.
The Lasers will keep the ball. Trail it by 12. Need to get some offense going here. Getting late. Smith on the drive, in and out. And a foul on the rebound. And Smith finally, after a very frustrating second half, was point blank and couldn't get it to go.
She was so wide open. Moore just let her go. Moore didn't want to pick up her 5th foul.
And she was in that spot where I think she couldn't really decide if she wanted to go off the glass or just put it straight in, and ended up putting it off the heel. And it rattled out. So Wilson going to head to the line. Daisy Wilson played in 17 games this season, starting 16 of them. So she missed some time, but she's back here for the postseason. 9.2 points per game on the season for Wilson, 1 out of 2.
She's been solid. She's come up with offensive rebounds, gotten on the floor, good defense. It's like everyone on the Sierra team does something well. And likewise, Irvine Valley, it's the same. Everybody does something well. It's just Sierra's found ways to score.
Dannon on the drive, has that one poked away and stolen. Willis into the front court,
That's a
has
great
Avila
look.
out in front, lays it in.
It's a great look.
82-67. I think one of the big advantages for Sierra in this matchup, and defense has really told the story in the second half, but when you have a player like Bree Moore that can create so much off the dribble, just such a nice advantage to have.
With the way she plays, this might be her last possession here. You need to get her out. We got 2 more games possibly this weekend. You need her as fresh as can be.
Dannon fouls Moore. Just the first foul on Dannon with 2:22 to go, and they'll send Bree Moore to the line.
Under 2 minutes, Coach, you think? Go and get her?
Under 2, yeah, if
They don't turn it over?
yeah. I may go 130. 130 just to make sure. IVC has potent offensive power, but a lot of that has to do with Smith. And
They get it ahead to Vale. Momentarily lost the handle. She'll step back and try for 3. Rimming, no. Deshowian on the offensive glass. The follow won't go. The rebound tapped around. Moore had it momentarily, but it's stolen. Deshowian in from the left. The layup is good. So the Lasers keep working, but they trail it by 15, under 2 to go. And it looks like they're going to run out of time. And
it does. And
Sierra comes in, the number 1 seed in the North, and very clearly demonstrated exactly why here in this quarterfinal. High screen from Willis. Foul called. This will go against Garcia as Willis goes down. 4th foul on Garcia. Both teams now in the bonus. And Mike, was it Bree Moore that we'll have a brief talk with after the game?
We might have either Bree Moore or Brandy Murish.
Okay.
We're awaiting word.
The point is, it's going to be somebody besides us.
Somebody from the winning team. This likely going to be Sierra.
86-69. Dannon on the drive. Richardson sends that one away.
A bit of a punctuation mark at the end of this one.
Quick look at the replay, and yeah, Richardson maybe got away with a little foul there, but
that's been physical.
Gonna let him play. Vale gets it to Smith. Spins back left. Smith fans it out to Deshowian, open for 3. Swish.
That was by design. I think Smith definitely had her left hand available too here, but she was trying to draw the defense, and she did just that. She gets an assist and a wide open 3.
Well, obviously at this point, you don't want to go too far with a post-mortem, but Smith there on the drive draws a little defense to her, and you end up with an open look from a player like Deshowian, and you wonder maybe a little earlier, why doesn't Smith come out a little bit further from the basket, get the ball in her hands, make the defense react that way, and maybe create some open shots, but didn't see a lot of that in the second half. Though, to be fair, I think Irvine Valley did end up with their share of open shots, so they still had their looks.
And Smith is so good in the key. She's so good, a little 8-10-footer, and she just didn't get those looks today.
Yep.
Well, they extended her out, and she rushed some shots from 3, but you have to hit a pretty high clip if you're going to beat this team. Sierra looks like they are primed for gold here.
Again for 3. That one out of play on the far side as Deshoian a little short. Under a minute to go. And the Wolverines taking care of business here in the quarters.
Putting a bow tie on it here in Game 3. Game 4 coming up, College of the Sequoias, Mount San Jacinto. And by the looks of it, it's going to be 3 from the north representing this in the semifinals in the women's bracket.
Can College of the Sequoias shut out the South here in quarterfinal number 4?
Probably help the numbers on the weekend.
Make it an all-north affair.
And remember, everybody, you can catch this game and all of our broadcasts this weekend in its entirety and their entirety. SoCal College Sports 1, that's our channel. Be sure to subscribe. Catch all the live broadcasts and the archive copies on demand.
Jamison with 21 after she hits a couple of free throws. Dannon. Vale chased by Avila. Drives into a triple team, and Richardson with another block. And I'll tell you, Leah Richardson, you wonder, she doesn't have a lot of minutes on the season. They rotate a few people in, but she's a defensive presence.
Oh, she is. Great timing on the shot blocks.
Kirarte for 3, in and out. Another rebound for Bree Moore. And
you know, you didn't see the transition game for Irvine Valley in the second half. They couldn't, you know, get it off the glass and go. Sierra did a nice job of shutting that down because in the first half they got the run going.
Yep. Well, somewhat quietly, while we've been talking about the Sierra defense, 52 points on the board in the second half and more adding to that total. So the offense has been every bit as critical, I think it's safe to say, in the Wolverines taking control here and ultimately running away with this.
Definitely. They started out the second half with a 6-0 run, right?
Yep. Yeah, they came out of the locker room and took it to another gear. Just one loss on the season. They come in with a record of 29-1 and 36.2. That's going to be 30-1. Moore hits both free throws. Well, it's funny. Bree Moore, obviously, I think you talk about a player of the game with 29 points and the job she did on the boards. Strikes you as the player that really led the way, but I think you got to be impressed once again with the number of players that have made different kinds of contributions.
Absolutely.
For the Wolverines. This is a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside very briefly. Come back to Ventura. It's the 3C2A Basketball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Lexi Vale at the controls, winding down here in quarterfinal number 3. And Avila again reaches in and gets all ball, but they are going to call the foul. 27.4 to go. And
they are super aggressive. There were 3 of them with 4 fouls.
Yeah.
So they come at you defensively.
I mean, 30 seconds to go and you're up 20, and they're still not going to give you a layup.
No.
It's just, it does not happen. You do not get free layups.
I don't think so, Lasers.
Vale giving chase on her own miss. And runs into Willis, and will head to the other end for more free throws. And, well, as much as Sierra dialed it up in terms of the physicality and intensity, the Lasers really did everything they could to match them, certainly in terms of tenacity and their own intensity here in the second half, but ultimately just didn't have the firepower.
No, they didn't. I mean, they did a great job getting back into the game after a slow start, and showed you why they were here, why they beat Mount Sac.
Yep.
You know, but second half they just couldn't get the run going. Smith couldn't get going. All the things they needed to happen didn't happen. And like you said, Sierra comes at you from every direction.
And Brenda Murish in her 11th season at the helm here for Sierra College, and looking to bring home what would be their first 3C2A championship in her tenure. And it looks like they've got a pretty great chance as of right now, but still a long way to go. And a lot of good basketball teams standing in their way.
There are some good teams here.
Espiritu enters it down low. Deshoian off the glass and in. So Deshoian with the last two as Brenda Murish has emptied the bench, and they will run it out. And again, we'll remind you, long three, no good, and that'll do it. 94-75 the final. Coming up, we'll wrap things up here on quarterfinal number 3. We'll have a word. It will either be Brenda Murish or Bree Moore. We'll find out who we can get for you, and we'll come back and get their thoughts on Sierra's victory. They move on to the semifinals in the 3C2A basketball championships here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Sierra College, very impressive in the second half, pulling away for the victory here over Irvine Valley College. And Bree Moore really leading the way, and the stat line is incredible. 29 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 6 steals, as we just had a look. And Marsha, I guess it was just too much Bree Moore for Sierra here in the second half.
She did everything. I mean, she handled the ball. She handled it against pressure. She attacked the rim, kicked it out for shooters. You know, she even left some on the board. Some tough layups.
She could have had 40.
Yeah, she could have had 40 points out there. She got hit a few times going to the basket because she's such a physical player. But, yeah, that was fun to watch.
Yeah, it's almost unfair out there considering the talent level that she has, the intensity that she plays with on every possession. I mean, she gambles a little bit, but a lot of times because she's so physically dominant, the gambles pay off, and she has her team in prime position to make a run at this here in 2018.
You know, and ultimately, guys, we talked a little bit about in the second half, Elizabeth Garcia really battled her all game long, matching up with her. But it really highlights the number of ways that Bree Moore can beat you, because it was the 6 steals, it was the 10 rebounds. Those plays were every bit as big as the points that she ultimately put up. And on the other side, a great first half from Casey Smith. Had 16 in the first half, but ends with just 19. And she really flashed what an outstanding player she is moving forward. But ultimately, Irvine Valley never really could find a way to get her involved in the second half, at least not in the same way as the first half.
No, I think Sierra did a really good job against her defensively, but that's when you have to find a way to get her the ball. And she's got to find a way to get the ball, too. That's where offensive rebounds come in, you know. But Sierra was so physical and so dominant on the boards, those were hard to come by. Every time Smith put the ball down, there were 2 defenders there. Yeah. You know, so it wasn't easy for her, and then I think for a while she just kind of resigned herself to being a facilitator. Well, the thing is, they need her to score points.
Right. Yeah, I think, Coach, you're exactly right. You hit it right on the head. I thought Smith did a great job in that first half. She started off slow and then let the game come to her, and, you know, they got up and down, and as a result, they went at the half with the lead, but they get thoroughly dominated in that second half. And you're right, Sierra did a pretty good job of taking her out of the ball game, but you know, and she's probably got a couple more years left at a 4-year school. You would imagine she's got some opportunities to play somewhere. You know, she has to know when to take over, and she's going to have her chance, and you know, more power to her. She's a fantastic player. She had a great game overall. A bit of a lackluster second half, but just an incredible season for sure. And Sierra, moving on, and man, Bree Moore, what a fun player to watch.
Really fun. And all of the players that surround her, the three-point shooters.
Yeah, you wonder, we alluded to that a little bit in the second half, but what manner of team is it going to take to get them out of here right now? Because they seem to bring everything to the table. And, you know, we've seen 3 impressive wins so far. So as we've talked about, a lot of basketball still to be played. But Sierra, especially in that second half, something really special there. And we will certainly look forward to watching them in semifinal number 2 on Saturday. That'll be at 3 o'clock in our quadruple header coverage. A reminder, we will have, it's either Brenda Murish, the head coach, or Bree Moore coming to talk to us. We'll see who we can grab and have that for you. So stick around. We're going to have a few words from Sierra College, either Moore or Coach Murish coming to join us. And we will return here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Real quick, everybody, we are going to step away off of this broadcast. That'll do it for Game 3 on the day, Sierra, with a win over Irvine Valley. We will come back on our last broadcast of the day, College of the Sequoias in Mount San Jacinto here on SoCal College Sports. Subscribe to our channel, SoCal College Sports 1 on YouTube. Go to our website, www.socalcollegesports.com. And also for all of the live stats, cccaasports.org. For Jeff Stornoff or Marsha Foster, I'm Mike Cepeda signing off. See you in a